Hi, Stephen Hayes here, and we're looking today at pruning trees which haven't been pruned for a long time. And this is not at our orchard. Today Julia and I and Sarah have come to visit a friend's house. My friends have moved into this home over the last year, and they've got these trees which they seem to be growing. They're all growing as standards, and they haven't been pruned for a long time, so we're just going to have a look at them, and with the greatest respect to my friends who did not plant this little orchard. It's all completely as it was when they found it. I'm just going to talk about some of the mistakes. Now these trees are planted as standards. If you can see me standing next to this, I'm 6 feet tall, so this has got a 6 foot branch. Now there's a 6 foot trunk before the branches come out. Now that's really great for architectural beauty of a tree, but it's not so good for getting any fruit out of it. This tree here is planted just 3 feet away from the one next to it. That's an incredibly bad idea. Probably the best thing to do with that would be to cut it out completely, but obviously I wouldn't dream of doing that without talking to my friends first. It's much too close to this tree. This tree has got a load of growths coming up from the bottom. They need to be taken out completely, right at ground level. Looking further up into the trees, they're very thick. Most of the apples are growing way above head height, so the trees need to be thinned out. You've got loads of growths like this, water shoots they're called, growing up very vigorously. Some of those will be kept, others will need to be got rid of. Here we can see very gnarled, sick, diseased looking wood. You know, the bark's died off a lot of this. This needs to be probably sawn out. Bearing in mind that sometimes these trees have a considerable architectural value. They look beautiful in the garden, and just to hack them down would be a little bit brutal. And we've got a very interesting tree here, as you know, he's falling over, which really looks as though, oh, blow me down, more of a wildlife reserve than an apple tree, and I didn't know this was going to happen. So what we do with this is quite an interesting thought.
This is a pear tree.
Oh, you're right, so it is. And amazingly, it's still got some vigour in it. So again, there's always a decision. If I prune trees for people, I always say to them, now do you want me to prune this to get maximum fruit? And sometimes the best answer to that particular problem might be cut it down and replant. That's what I would do with this one probably. Or are you particularly interested in the beauty of it? A nice little orchard with some snowdrops, nice little garden orchard with lots of nice plants coming up, place to sit underneath. Are you more interested in just maintaining the beauty of it as far as possible? In which case sometimes there's a lot to be said for leaving well enough alone. So you only always need to think, what are you trying to achieve, and don't brutalise the tree. There are a couple of big mistakes you can make. Biggest mistake is not to plant an apple tree. If you move into a new house, what some people do is really brutalise the tree, saw them down very, very hard indeed. Other people go around the top snipping all the tips out. What we do is to make a thorough assessment of the tree and then thin it out appropriately. Okay, so we're going to have a chat with the owners before we do anything else.